Okay, so I thought I would show you guys how I make liquid laundry soap, homemade. I did not come up with this myself. I found it online. I'm not sure of the lady that did it, that I found it online, but a lot of the laundry soap I have found is usually the powdered kind. So I'm just trying to show you what all you need to make 5 gallons of homemade laundry soap. You will need 5 empty cartons. I would suggest water cartons rather than milk, because the milk leaves the milk smell, and it also leaves the leftover milk residue inside of your containers, and you don't want that to mess with your laundry soap. I do have this really old cheese grater. I use this only for this soap that you will need. It takes 1 bar, and these are probably like 50 cents or maybe 98 cents in between there, and you have to grate this, so that's what I use the grater for. I have quite a few of these because you're going to need a really long utensil, spoon, or you could put gloves on and use your hands to mix it up at some point. This I use just to mix up this soap once it's grated. You have to mix it with water in a pan to get it melted down. So that's what this one's for. You will need a box of this, which is Arm & Hammer's Super Washing Soda. You will only need 1 cup for 5 gallons. I've had this for a long time. It's about halfway gone, maybe a little less. And you will need borax. You will also need only 1 cup of this for a 5-gallon bucket. And I still have about half of that left. You'll also need your 5-gallon bucket with a lid. I'm going to make sure you get a lid. And I use this pan only for melting my soap down with the water. This is a funnel. You can even get it at Dollar Tree or Family Dollar. I cut the bottom off to help put the laundry soap, to help it easier to go through into my water jugs. Old 1 cup just for measuring my soaps. And this is what I use to get the laundry soap out of the bucket to put into my funnel. And that's all you need. You can use also oils to give it a scent, but I don't do that only because I don't know where these oils are coming from, and a lot that I've looked into usually are from witchcraft type of things, or they're prayed over, or whatever it may be, and I try really hard not to purchase anything that was prayed over by a mighty one or a different, or even if it's witchcraft, I don't want nothing to do with it. So because I don't use oils, the smell of this laundry soap is just a fresh, clean smell. It's not fruity or anything, but it still smells really fresh and really clean. And so that is all you're going to need, and then I'll show you how to put it all together. Okay, so what I do is I take wax paper or anything that kind of slides, so when you grate your soap it's easier to come off. And I usually tape it down on the corners just so it's easier when I'm grating the soap, because I really don't want the paper to move on me to where I have a huge mess. And then I use the bigger holes. I've already made laundry soap, that's why you see the soap on there. So I'm just making another batch. Alright. So this is my Bell's Naphtha soap. Open this. That's what it looks like. And you can use any hose you want. I use these because it's faster to grate. I don't want to sit here all day. And you just grate it till you grate it all down. My kids say it looks like cheese, so make sure your kids don't eat it if you have your back turned. But you just keep grating and it'll look something like that. Okay, so this is what the soap looks like after it has all been grated. And it only takes maybe 5 minutes, if that, to grate it all up. Just depends. My daughter actually finished grating it for me so I could get the pan on the stove. And so we will go and do that now. Okay, so in this pan, which I showed you guys earlier, I have 4 cups of water. I would say make it warm or hot because you need it to boil. You're going to turn your oven on, wrong one, medium-high heat, and take your soap and you're going to put it in here. And then this is where my wooden spoon came in. And you're going to just stand here pretty much and steadily stir it until it's about 10 minutes. And you want to steadily stir it so it doesn't stick to the bottom of your pan. You don't want it to burn. But it takes about 10 minutes for the soap to actually disintegrate. And that's what you're waiting on. Okay, so this is the soap and the 4 cups of water after we have melted the soap. You take your bucket and fill it halfway of warm or hot water. And then you're going to dump the soap mixture into the bucket. And your house will smell like soap for a couple hours. Then you're going to take your borax. You want to get 1 cup of it. We're going to do this without a mess. Alright, and then you put that in. And you'll put in 1 cup of your Arm & Hammer washing soda. Put that in. If you want your oil, or if you know a way of giving it a scent, you would add it now. I think oil, she said it was like maybe 1 ounce or 1.5 ounce of oil, whatever kind of smell you want it to have. If you know of a different way of giving it a scent, let me know, because I really do not want to use any type of oil. But you would do it, put it in now, and then you would stir it up really, really good, all your soap mixture. And this is where I'm using my little grill spatula instead of going out and buying a really long spoon. I just use what I have, or extras, I guess. Alright, once you stir that up, you're going to finish filling your bucket up with hot water. I'll add just a little bit more. That should be about good. And then once you get it, you want to leave, I don't know, it's about an inch from the rim, because you still have to stir it. This is where the long spatula comes in, because your water and stuff's going to be either really warm or maybe even hot. It depends. I try to use really hot water, and then you have the really hot water soap mixture in there. So you want to stir it up and get your soap, all your soap mixed in with the water really well. And then take this out. You're gonna put your lid on. Make sure it's in place or snapped in place. And you're going to leave this alone for 24 hours. Don't open it, don't mess with it. You can scoot it over wherever you need it, but be careful so you don't spill it. But leave it for 24 hours, and then when you open it, it should be gelled up really well, and that's where you break it up. With your long spoon, your hands, whatever it may be, so you can start filling up your empty water jugs. Okay, so after 24 hours, your laundry soap should look like something like that. A bunch of jelly mess. So what I do is I try to, break it up because I need it to go into water jugs. And in order to get it in there, I need this broken up a lot. Okay, so once you get your laundry soap broken down, I use a water jug and a funnel. I try not to make too much of a mess, but sometimes it happens. And you're just gonna pour it in here. You should get 5 gallons. Since you did a 5-gallon bucket of laundry soap. And then you just store it. If you store it for a long time, just make sure you shake your gallon of laundry soap up pretty good before you open it, because it'll start to gel up again and get really thick. And you use 1 cup of this laundry soap for a load of laundry.